All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. It's a Saturday, and we got a lot to talk about. No live stream last night. I got a little busy, but we're back here this morning, and we're going to put out exactly what we need to, which is the news that a lot of people are not aware of. Maybe there's some things happening that you didn't realize. But the big thing right now, the big thing happening right now is more scare tactics. The media is trying to scare you. Not only media, but also the Democrat Party. But I want you to stop listening to the panic. Just stop. If you turn on the news right now, they're screaming that Trump is unhinged, that he's starting a war without a cause, and that we're all in danger. Oh, and by the way, he's a fascist and literally the guy with the little mustache, all of those things. But they're lying to you. And I'm looking at actual reports right now, the ones they refuse to show you on the nightly news. This isn't a random outburst by Trump. This is a calculated, strategic move from real leadership based on intelligence that is going to change the entire story. You saw what happened in Fulton County, Georgia. The media is trying to spin this as chaos, but I'm going to tell you right now, I know the difference between chaos and a command decision. Today, I'm going to show you the proof that they're hiding and why they're terrified you'll see it. And if you're new to the show, my name's Ben. I've been, you can call me shipmate. For 20 years, I served in the United States Navy. A vast majority of that was on submarines. And I'll say this, you can believe me if you want. I don't care. But the difference between me and the talking heads on your TV screen, in their world, if they get the story wrong, they just issue a correction the next day. Very small words. In my world, hundreds of feet underneath the water, if you get the data wrong, the boat sinks and everyone dies. That teaches you that spin isn't just annoying, it's dangerous for the entire crew. So when I look at the news that's happening right now and how they're spinning the narratives, I always look at how the operation is being planned. Because they are planning this. This is actually very tactically coordinated, the way that the news media is doing this. And if you don't see it, you need to start realizing it. And I'll say this, if you are offended by Donald Trump's X post or True Social post, if you are offended by that post that had the little clip at the end, you are so fooled. You are so fooled that they've already beaten you. Trump was very disrespectful to the ape community. Apparently, this True Social post was put out and then somebody edited and added something else. I'm not offended because I'm going to tell you right now, for so long, the Democrat Party has told me that I am subhuman because I am a white Christian conservative. Let's get into a couple of different things, and we're going to get to all that. Thank you, Juggernaut. Thank you very much. President Trump has just confirmed that the crooked Democrat politicians of the Unselect Committee of Political Thugs and Hacks, plus 2 Republicans, Liz Cheney and crying Adam Kinzinger, were given pardons by Crooked Joe for the crime of deleting and destroying all evidence. Let me know in the chat how the audio is. My voice is a little off still. The reason they made this criminal move was because it proved conclusively that Trump did nothing wrong. That's too bad because perhaps the strongest power that a president has is the pardon. But it shows how crooked they were when they sought protection for their crimes against humanity. I believe that is a veiled reference to Anthony Fauci. These were criminals that were released by a president who did everything he could to destroy our country. including the massive illegal use of the auto pen. Trump is not letting up on the auto pen. He is not letting up on the pardons. And they're freaking out. They are freaking out. The Democrat Party has ran out of moves up and to and including that now they are going back to the old game. Bill Clinton is about to testify. He's in full panic mode. I've got proof of that this morning. Dan Bongino has called out the criminal operation for exactly what it is. And this is a RICO case. If you look at the way the Democrat Party is operating right now, good morning, Eric. I hope you're feeling better. I sent you a package, a care package. I hope that finds you very soon, because I think what I sent you is going to help you a lot, okay? But what we're seeing right now with the demise of Bill Clinton, with the demise of the Democrat Party, apparently Kamala Harris is going to run again. I say, bring it on, Kamala. Come on back. We need you. The Republican Party needs Kamala Harris. I would love for Kamala Harris to run again. Nick Fuentes, I got a little poll in the chat right now. How many of you like Nick Fuentes? 20%, 40% say no, 20% say yes, 39% say, who the hell's Nick Fuentes? Okay, good. Nick Fuentes, in my opinion, is a very sly and dirty little dog for the Democrat Party. A very sly, dirty dog for the Democrat Party. And he's being used to split the conservative movement. That's what I think. If you think I'm wrong, let me know. Somebody says speak French. I don't speak coward. Sorry. I don't speak coward. There's your French reference. And if I don't care. Tucker Carlson, Nick. Yeah. A lot of people flipped. And they're starting to be called out. And I really am happy to see a lot of this happening. Somebody says I'm French. I don't care. I don't care if you're French. Chantal. I don't care if you're French. I'm American. Right? And I don't care. You can't pick where you're born. You can't do it. Right? But there's a lot of people flipping. And the people flipping are suddenly getting called out for their flips, for their obvious turns on the conservative movement, for their obvious maneuvers on Trump. We're streaming on every platform this morning, X, all this other stuff. We're streaming on all that. Let me show you this. And this summarizes the Democrat Party to a T. Dems are cooked. Things Democrats have in 2026. No solutions, no policies, no integrity, no leadership, no talent, no hope, no joy, and no love for America. Is there anything that is untrue on that? Because I can't find it. If that's the case, I can't find it. How many of you have friends that are Democrats that are just basically unbearable, that you can't really hold a conversation with? Right? I've got some friends that are Democrats. Now I almost call them adversaries because they will not recognize the truth, even when it hits them in the face, even when it tries to run them over, even when it tries to shoot them, even whenever it you know. But I'll tell you this, this other guy, Zohran Mamdani, I believe he's Obama 2.0. I believe Zohran Mamdani is Obama 2.0. They are grooming him to be the next Obama. I don't think he can ever become president right now. But I believe if the Democrats take over, if the Democrats get back in charge, I firmly believe that the Democrat Party will pack the Supreme Court. They will try to change the Constitution so that you do not have to be an American citizen, and they will run Zohran Mamdani on the next available ticket. He could very well be the first foreign-born president. I think even George Washington was born in the United States or born in America. I don't think it was called the United States at that time. Some historian in the chat will let me know. That's racist saying a white guy's a black guy. Sorry. All right, I want you to listen to this.
I think of the freedom from suffering that Buddhism teaches us is only possible if we remove the three poisons of desire, hatred, and ignorance from our daily lives. We need not accept suffering as unchangeable. We need not treat hatred as the natural state. We have the power to set ourselves free. And I consider my own faith, Islam, a religion built upon a narrative of migration. The story of the Hijrah reminds us that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a stranger too, who fled Mecca and was welcomed in Medina. Surah An-Nahl 1642 tells us, as for those who immigrated in the cause of Allah after being persecuted, we will surely bless them with a good home in this world. Or as the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said.
Yeah, this is crazy. But this guy is trying to convince you. This is Mamdani telling Americans to follow Islam. Using Muhammad as a moral compass. Even though the guy married a 9-year-old. Wow. That's what's happening. This is the pivot happening in America. George Washington was born in Virginia. I thought he was born in Alabama, just because all my heroes are born in Alabama. Roll Tide. Okay? But there's a lot of people that are going to vote for Mamdani. They are going to do that. Are you a woman in the chat? Are you prepared to wear a burqa? Are you prepared to hide your face? Now, some of you I wish would hide their face. COVID was really good for ugly people and bad teeth. COVID was a godsend for a lot of people that had bad teeth and ugly faces. A lot of chicks on meth looked more attractive with the masks on, with the N95s. They did. It's just a fact. And maybe you were one of them. Maybe you got a little more action during COVID because we didn't have to see your meth mouth. We didn't have to see your teeth that looked like a handful of dirty seashells from the beach. Right? Oh, God. This guy wants to get banned. We might have to ban someone immediately on the show this morning. Eagle 986. We might have to ban you. We might have to flush you. We're at least going to flush that comment. We're at least flushing that. I will not say those 3 words. We will not hide. Well, we will hide that comment. Okay. But with what's happening in New York, how many of you believe that this guy could be the first? I believe that they could very well change the Constitution if the Democrats get back in charge. And there are people like this that want the Democrats to get back in charge. And if you notice, his America First hat is blue. He's got a lot of people fooled. For the 22% of you that voted that you like Nick Fuentes in the poll, watch this.
I cannot wait for the Democrats to take the House. They subpoena and investigate Kristi Noem, Lauren, and Corey Lewandowski, and they find so much corruption. It's going to make the impeachments during Trump 1 look like a joke. All that stuff about Paul Manafort and the business documents and the Ukrainian phone call. The corruption that they will discover when the Democrats are in the House, it's going to make all that stuff look like a joke. And they're just going to keep stacking it up on top of Vance. We're going to be in our war with Iran. The Middle East is going to be a mess. The economy is going to be a mess. The Trump administration is corrupt. He might even be impeached. You are fucked. And we are not going to bail you out. Sorry. 2026, I'm telling people to stay home. You know what my message is in 2026? Stay home.
Do you like that? Do you like it? So how many of you want to change your vote? Do you like Nick Fuentes? 20% of you are retarded. 20% of you ride the short bus, wear a hockey helmet, and have a drool tray. 20% of you do not understand how dangerous this little moron is. 20% of you do not understand that he's telling you not to vote. These are the doomers. These are the doomers. Somebody says, don't give the guy the attention. You have to make people aware of who they are following. I would say this guy is a false prophet. I would say that he is a false, I would say he's a snake oil salesman. That's what I would call him. And for people to say, don't talk about that, go to hell. Go to hell. You have to talk about your enemy. You have to be aware of what you're up against. If you don't know your enemy, you've lost half of the battle. That's why you gather intelligence. That's why you understand their weapons capabilities. On submarines, when I was in the submarine Navy, we knew how many blades were on a Han Chinese submarine. We knew the shaft RPM. We knew the turbine generator frequency. We knew the capabilities of their sonar. We knew the capabilities of their torpedoes. We knew the range. We knew the depth. We knew the speeds that they would operate at. We knew all of the transient noises that would give them away. You have to maintain a tactical advantage. And by knowing your enemy, you maintain a tactical advantage. If you hide in the dark and you don't know your tactical advantage, you're losing. So he's a dim now. Yes, Nick Fuentes has always been a dim. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Will David, absolutely. I see the honey badger. You're 1,000% right. Mamdani is a social experiment in New York. And he gathered enough attention to get him elected. Now, I'll say this, the Republicans had a very horrible candidate. Horrible candidate. They had a dud. The guy with the red beret, loser, dud, could not get elected dog catcher. He couldn't. So the Republican Party just basically, they just gave up on New York City, which is, it's pitiful. Biggest, people would say the most frequently, most visited city in America. They gave up on it. And now, I don't know if you ever get it back. I don't know if you ever get it back. Let me show you this. But the Democrats, including the traitors, and those words probably go hand in hand, they're freaking out right now. They are freaking out because of what just happened. I'm talking like Jasmine Crockett here. But ask somebody. They're freaking out about this. Listen to this.
They are freaked out over the SAVE Act. And they are also freaked out about the Fulton County, Georgia case that the FBI has been involved in for a long time. Again, it's not new. It's because you don't see things happening instantaneously in a slow, arduous process of justice. We are not the DOW, Department of War, which can give an order and see it executed right away. The FBI doesn't give orders. They conduct investigations. They deliver an investigative packet to a magistrate or a grand jury that issues a search warrant, an arrest warrant, or a true bill indictment. Then that arrest has to be planned. And then it's planned, and then post-arrest interviews are made, and then other suspects are gathered. The process is slow and arduous, sometimes painfully so. That's why I understand people who get frustrated. I understand that. It's fair.
It's fair. A lot of us are frustrated. America First, Prior, one of my moderators, thank you very much for the super chat. $50 super chat. F. Mamdani. F, I'm sure, means funny. Mamdani and Newscomb, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. If you agree with Prior, type 1 in the chat. Type the number 1 if you agree with that. I believe, and I don't care what you think about Dan Bongino. I think Dan Bongino's a patriot. I think Dan Bongino was only ever going to be in there for a year. I believe Dan Bongino has served his country on multiple levels, Secret Service. He was a police officer in New York City. A lot of people forget that. Whether or not you like Dan Bongino, I don't care. Different time, different place, different video. Okay? I like Dan Bongino. I believe he didn't realize what he was up against whenever he went into his role as the FBI. I believe he really didn't understand what he was up against. Ruben says Dan can do more with his podcast. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. Let me write that down real quick. Hold on. Podcast Bongino. There are four other podcasters that are freaking out right now that Dan Bongino's back. We're going to talk about that. But do you think that the traitors are worried about the Fulton County investigation? Let's go here. And I'm going to stop using the word Democrat and just use the word traitor. Because I believe that they are one and the same. And I'll say this. Tulsi Gabbard was quiet for about 6 months. And then out of nowhere, she comes out of nowhere dressed like a spy in the middle of the night. Right? They are freaking out because the goods are being shown. The American people are waking up. Even John Thune, Congress just passed another bill through the House, or they're putting another bill through the House to put pressure on the Senate. Tulsi's awesome. I agree. Tulsi is a patriot. Served her country. I believe a lieutenant colonel maybe a colonel. I can't remember. I'm not very good with Army ranks. But Dan Bongino and the Republican Party, by putting the pressure on the traitors with this raid in Fulton County, I believe this is the next step, the SAVE Act. This was just an example of what the SAVE Act, or why the SAVE Act needs to be passed. Let me show you this. And I don't know how many of you are aware of this. This is how voting works in, well, let me just play it.
Somalia's electoral authorities have started issuing voter ID cards across Mogadishu as the capital prepares for its first direct municipal council elections in decades under a one-person, one-vote system. Printing at the Somali Independent Election Committee headquarters operates around the clock in 2 8-hour shifts, producing an estimated 30,000 to 40,000 cards daily.
Voter ID in Somalia. Voter ID in Somalia. Mogadishu has voter ID, and we don't. A third world country like Somalia has voter ID. The United States does not. Are you starting to understand now why they're freaking out? Does it make sense? It's starting to make sense. Right. Mogadishu, Black Hawk Down, Ilhan Omar's homeland, has voter ID. We paid for their voter IDs. Absolutely, we did. You get a free bowl of bananas and rice when you show ID. Oh, God, I got to give that one to you.
Amen. Hallelujah.
That's a good one.
And boom shagalaka.
Free bowl of bananas and rice when you show ID. Wow. Yep, that's racist. Voter ID is racist in Mogadishu. Yeah, they're all the same color in Mogadishu. You like my shirt? On the back, there's a picture of Trump dancing. I wish I could show you the back of it. I wish I could show you the back. It's the greatest shirt. The greatest shirt. But now you know why they're worried. You've got Bongino back on what do you call it? The Green Machine. We're streaming on the Green Machine right now. Got a lot of people watching over on the Green Machine. Thank you very much, Green Machine. Fearless Rosen, Haynes, Don Dark, humility in failure would be nice. Fearless. All those of you that vote for the least egregious are the problem. Okay, we got a troll over on Rumble. Woo! All right, here we go. Troll on Rumble. Should we ban the troll on Rumble? Wow. Okay, let's do this. Let's just mute that person. Goodbye. My first Rumble flush. Rumble flush. Love it. Love it. I can't believe I had to flush somebody on Rumble. That's amazing. I love this. Congratulations. You are the first moron to get flushed on Rumble. That is amazing. I never thought something like that would happen. Let's go here. This is where I'm at right now. If you're a Republican who's offended by Trump's Lion King parody video, unfollow me. I don't care if he posted it, if a staffer posted it, or how it got up there. If that's what sets you off, I have zero tolerance and zero use for you. Fragile Republicans aren't my type. TMK, the MAGA King. I love this. because outrage is erupted for the same people that are calling Trump a racist because of his because of this video. What do you call this? Outrage is erupting after revealed that Waukegan High School, sounds like that school's on stolen land, Waukegan. Teachers and staff in Chicago organized a school walkout displaying a crucified effigy of President Trump. You see this? You see the picture of Trump there on the left? On a cross? You see all the kids? So you want me to feel upset? You want me to feel upset because Trump posted an X video showing him as the Lion King and showing all the morons in the jungle. You want me to be upset by that. You need to get your priorities straight. You need to get some thicker skin. You need to realize you're being manipulated. You need to realize your skin is so thin that you would not survive anything. The settlers, the men and women that loaded up in a boat and came to America to build a better country, would laugh at you right now. You are basically the equivalent of a hangnail on the conservative movement. You are the equivalent of an ingrown hair. You are a paper cut. That's how weak-minded you are. If you're offended by that, when you see images of Donald Trump being paraded around on a cross, mocking God, and I would say this is mocking Christianity. If you're offended by that video and you're not offended by this,
Amen. Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
you're a human hemorrhoid. You are so weak-minded. And you very well could be part of the problem. You better realize really quickly that they're using your emotions against you. They're gaslighting you. They are using everything they can to disrupt the conservative movement. They are using everything they can to pit you against each other. Facts over emotions? No, emotions are way easier to control. The Democrats can't control facts. They can control emotions. They can control how you respond. Here, I'm going to go ahead and trigger the algorithm here. We'll go ahead and trigger the algorithm. I know this is going to. Some of you are not going to be prepared for this. Some of you will. I don't care anymore. Somebody says I'm on one. I don't know.
God did not write a single page of the Bible. It was written by men, deeply flawed men. This is the most important thing. That is a diagram of every cross-reference in the Bible. It's vast. All right. Now, what you got there is you have 63,779 connections. That book was written down by 40 different men over 1,500 years across 3 continents, Europe, Asia, and Africa, in 3 different languages, Greek, Hebrew, and Aramaic. It has one united story. It has 0 contradictions. There is only one answer to how that can happen. It was written down by men. It was authored by the living God.
Maybe you're not prepared to hear that message. That's Josh Howerton, Lake Point Church, right? Let me try this with his video clip about the Obamas. Do you think Trump was wrong in that post? I mean, they did try to shoot the guy. Well, they did shoot the guy. Sorry, I used the word tried. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to use the word tried. They did shoot the guy. And now Trump's the bad guy because of this X post. Trump's the bad guy. And for those of you that haven't seen it, I'll play it. Preparation H Fund. Yeah, there's a lot of people that need that. Thank you, Jay Maddox. Appreciate that. Climatics, finally up early and free to catch your show. God bless you, Ben. Thank you, Climatics. Climatics is also over on YouTube, Rumble. I think he's on every platform. Army veteran, former professional wrestler. Former professional wrestler. Let me go ahead and give this to Climatics.
Who is it?
It's me, Dave. Open up, man. I got the stuff.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here anymore. Let me go ahead and play this. Climatics, thank you very much. Y'all got to check out his channel. This is what everybody's freaking out about over Trump. And let me know type the number 1 if this makes you sick to your stomach and you're offended, or the number 2 if you want more of this, because I want more of this.
Initiated by a court order, the Michigan investigation team obtained forensic access to a DS-200 tabulator, the machine that counts the votes. A Telit 4G wireless chip manufactured in Taiwan was discovered embedded into the motherboard. The voting machine tapes clearly indicate modem engagement and transmission of election data. Some of the anomalies that we noticed in the 2020 general elections, that 5 key states all stopped counting at a certain time in these key battleground states. These were all where the software, Dominion machines, ES&S machines were used, the Smartmatic, the GEMS software. So when the vote stopped counting, and this has been noted in other countries as well, President Trump was significantly ahead. When reporting and counting resumed, there was a massive spike occurred that favored Joe Biden.
I love this. I love it. The same people that call Donald Trump a fascist on a daily basis are offended by this. Don't come at me with your mealy-mouthed garbage. Don't come at me with this garbage. I'm not playing the game. Mary Louise is not playing the game. She just became a member. Mary Louise, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Super chat. I've got a vote today to rid Louisiana of Bill Cassidy. Bill Cassidy is a loser. A Trump-hating loser. Preparation H Fund. Lube your hemorrhoids. Macon Blankenship has had enough. Became a member on the channel. Thank you, Macon. Trevor's had enough. $20 super chat for the vets. And Fred. I use a lot of the money from the memberships and super chats to help veterans get service dogs and guitars. I bought an Epiphone guitar yesterday, a used Epiphone, and I'm sending it out as soon as it warms up. I might actually deliver it. It's a guy in Van Buren, Arkansas. It's just 45 miles down the road. I'm probably going to deliver it. Thank you, Trevor. $5 from Tom. Thank you, Tom. Lots of American flags there. That'll offend the algorithm. He said, don't vote in Trump 24. What's that guy's name? Nick Fuentes, the Chad. Thank you, the Chad. Pure blood. He's Candace Owens' brother from another mother. I don't think you're wrong. Candace Owens' dad was the head of security at Sandy Hook. Figure that one out. MAGA sketching us down. It's not Trump. The leftist retards are turning MAGA. Come on, MAGA, get our shit together. I agree. Sorry, I said the S word there for those of you. For the doggies, God bless you. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate you. God bless you. Thank you so much. God bless America's had enough. Gave away 5 memberships. Thank you. Food for the vet service animals. Every Wednesday, I go buy dog food for some service animals. For the dogs, hiking with my giant dogs. I think he's got a Great Danes, Finlane. What I said the word dog and Daisy shows up. Oh gosh. Let me show you the fake outrage here. Let me show you the faux outrage that is happening. And if you fall into this game, it's your damn fault. This is your fault.
It's really about voter fraud and the machines, how crooked it is, how disgusting it is. Then I gave it to the people. Generally, they look at the whole thing, but I guess somebody did.
Mr. President, a number of Republicans are calling on you to apologize for that post. Is that something you're going to do?
No, I didn't make a mistake.
Okay, well, he did eventually remove the post. It had been up for nearly 12 hours, but he did remove it. And I want to warn before we show it to you that it is racist and offensive.
She's warning you. It's offensive and racist. That's what they say everything Trump does. He could cure cancer and be racist.
But it's important to show because this was posted on the official account of the President of the United States, right? This is what was posted there. You can see here the faces of the Obamas put onto bodies of apes. And his decision to take the post down came after the White House initially doubled down on the post itself. The press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, saying, quote, this is from an internet meme video depicting President Trump as the king of the jungle and the Democrats as characters from The Lion King. Please stop the fake outrage and report on something today that actually matters to the American public. Well, that was said, but then the backlash got loud. Republican Senator Tim Scott, the only Black Republican in the Senate, came out calling it the most racist thing out of this White House. Ted Herndon and Andrew Yang are out front now. Pretty incredible.
Andrew Yang wants a universal basic income, and they've got another race hater here. Let me show you something for those that didn't see this. This is the actual, like, full, let's call it the full Monty retro bill. We're blessed to be brought together by you, Ben. Retro bill, that's a hell of a comment. I don't know if I'm bringing anybody together, but thank you. I really appreciate that. That is super nice. And how dare you say something nice?
How dare you?
Normally, I just get all of the hate mongers. Is it monger or monger? Thank you. Guitars, $2. Let me show you this. So I can't play the music. They'll copyright it. But this is the whole thing. Trump's the head of the jungle. And Donald Trump's, look at this. Right. Did you like how they had AOC as a jackass? You like that? And you've even got Joe Biden as an orangutan. Adam Schiff with the long neck for pencil neck, the giraffe. Mamdani's a hyena. Is this racist or is it what we call humor in the business? Because I think it's a little bit of humor. And I think the Democrat Party, I voted for this too. Because the same people that celebrated in the streets when Trump was shot are now offended by a cartoon. The same people that celebrated Charlie Kirk getting killed are now offended by a cartoon. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let me ask you this. I'm gonna do a poll in the chat. Are you offended by the cartoon? Because if you are, you're probably part of the problem. Remember when Benghazi happened? The ambassador there, or not ambassador, the is it diplomat, station chief? I think it was ambassador. I'm sure somebody will shit on me for not knowing. Hillary Clinton said a cartoon is what caused the Benghazi attack. Right? Cartoons are dangerous. Cartoons are dangerous. We can't have cartoons. Rest in peace, Scott Adams. He was so dangerous with the Dilbert cartoons. Scott Adams was literally Schmittler because of the cartoons. They successfully killed Charlie Kirk and laughed about it. Now they want me to give a crap about a Lion King meme? I am sorry. Go to hell. Where most of your heroes are if you're a Democrat. Che Guevara, Epstein, Bin Laden. If this was the 1960s and they arrested Charles Manson, the Democrat Party would be out protesting for him. Look at this. Trump says here, many people have commented on a post that was put out by a White House staffer. I even heard from the family of Jane Goodall, and they said, Mr. President, the apes are very upset that you compared them to the Obamas. It was not nice of you. And I said, I never thought of it that way before. We don't want to make the apes sad. There have been many good and famous apes, Harambe, such as Coco, Harambe, and Bear. And the orange one who was friends with Clint Eastwood, Clyde. I had a monkey named Clyde. Many such examples, enough to fill a whole channel. We want to make apes great again. MAGA. Make apes great again. So I told them to delete it. Make apes great again. MAGA. Arthur, sign up on the, if you're a disabled veteran, sign up and we'll try to get you on the list to provide some guitars. I'm trying to build this whole little movement to get guitars for veterans. I'll put the link to the newsletter where you sign up and get on the list. I've got 31 other veterans, 30. I knocked one off the list yesterday. Guitars for vets. There's the link right there in the chat. I don't teach guitar. I'm a novice at best. Look what Republicans that didn't vote in Virginia. Virginia is run by traitors. Yeah, if you're offended and you don't vote, they win. For the pups from my Bella GSD. Thank you very much. Brandon. Thank you very much, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go. I always try to get 10 new members on the channel. Every live stream, I try to get 10 new members. That's what we really want to get. New members. If you become a member on the channel, I want you to do one thing. All you have to do is one thing. You go to the community post page. You go to the community post page, and there will be a link right here for members to join. And I'm going to put it right here. Members. There will be a link there for members for you to join into the channel. You get into the private Discord. That's where the sauce is made. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it. That's where the Patriots hang out at. Their private members only area. You have to wear a members only jacket to get in there. You got to wear a members only jacket. I'm putting a new link in there right now. Members only area. Get in there. Get in there. But don't fall into this trap of being offended by everything. It's time to quit being offended. Do you think we would be where we're at as a country if Thomas Jefferson, if Benjamin Franklin, if George Washington, if, George Patton, Chesty Puller? Do you think we would be where we're at if everyone got offended? Paul Revere, if he got offended by the British, do you think he would have got on the horse and went and woke up the Patriots? No. Quit getting offended. Get over yourself. You're emotionally controlled. The Democrat Party controls you with emotion.
Instead, on a lot of levels. But it takes them 12 hours to take this down. At first, they say owning exactly what it was, not trying to say it was about voting machines. And I didn't see the part about the apes. They actually owned the whole part about the apes, and then still took it down.
Yeah. The initial response was to defend it, as it always is with the Trump White House. And then after the blowback started, we have seen these kind of further retractions. I mean, when I saw this morning, it is both shocking and not shocking at the same time, right? Like, at one, you have the reality of the president of the United States engaging in offensive racist behavior, but you also have a president who has had his whole political rise tied to those very same things. I mean, the origin story of Donald Trump is a racist conspiracy about Barack Obama. So, I mean, we cannot.
That's wrong. The Hillary Clinton campaign started the Kenya birth certificate thing. They did that.
Extract Donald Trump from the trail of racism that he has left or encouraged. But I think this reflects a White House that is increasingly at a credibility loss too. They are putting their officials out there, Caroline Leavitt included, and whether it's Minneapolis or whether it's Trump's health or whether it's this video, they're increasingly asking the public to not believe what's in front of them. And I think that has contributed to Donald.
Are you believing what's in front of you? Because I don't believe a damn thing that these people say. I don't believe it. There are a lot here. Let's go here. For everyone that likes Fox, Fox is no better. No better. Brett Baer is no better.
Congratulating the nation on the big Wall Street numbers. Meanwhile, the White House is engaged in damage control tonight over a posting on the president's social media account that many people are calling racist. The images of Barack and Michelle Obama as primates are being blamed on a staff member. They have been removed from the site. Senior White House correspondent Peter Ducey has details of all of this live from the North Lawn. Good evening, Peter.
Good evening, Brett. It's unclear if President Trump ever even saw this image of the Obamas that was tacked on to the end of an unrelated video before it was posted to his account. But it was posted, and some of the president's closest allies pressured him to take it down, which he did.
It'll save money. It'll save lives.
The White House messaging Friday was supposed to be all about TrumpRx.gov.
This is an extraordinarily successful launch already.
But the day was upended, and some of the president's most reliable Republican allies broke with the White House when an AI-generated clip depicting Barack and Michelle Obama as primates flashed on screen toward the end of a video about alleged voting abnormalities in a video reposted to the president's Truth Social account overnight. Initially, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said, "This is from an internet meme video depicting President Trump as the king of the jungle and Democrats as characters from The Lion King. Please stop the fake outrage and report on something today that actually matters to the American public." Republican Senator Tim Scott said, "Praying it was fake because it's the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House. The president should remove it." Susan Collins, up for re-election in Maine, wrote, "Tim is right. This was appalling." And shortly afterwards, the White House clarified a White House staffer erroneously made the post. It has been taken down. The post has since been deleted from the president's Truth Social account.
I don't believe he should have taken it down.
Alabama Republican Senator Katie Britt, who
She's
frequently
useless.
appears alongside the president in the Oval Office, said this content was rightfully removed, should have never been posted to begin with, and is not who we are as a nation. As markets closed, the president posted a celebratory message. The Dow Jones Industrial Average just hit 50,000 for the first time in history, fulfilling a prediction he made at Davos earlier this year.
We're going to hit 50,000, and that stock market's going to double in a relatively short period of time because of everything that's happening.
If you go in the Wayback Machine, as President Trump pitched his tariffs, he warned investors that there could be some short-term pain on Wall Street.
Okay. So I got a poll in the chat here. Who is more racist? Trump, the Obamas, liberal news media, Democrat Party. Now I'm going to show you something. For everyone that is so offended, for all the Republicans clutching their pearls, for all the Democrats clutching your pearls over some damn cartoon, I want to show you what real racism looks like. Not your BS outrage. I ain't got time for your outrage. Ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody has time for it. Oh, one other thing, for all of you that are like so pearl clutching, tell me which month out of the year is White History Month. Tell me which month is Caucasian History Month. Tell me which month is Veterans Month. Tell me which month is, I don't know, Single Working Mom Month, right? Tell me that. And for all of you that have children that are white and can't afford to go to college, tell me why the Black College Fund is not racist. Tell me why black colleges, right? Black colleges, those are a thing. Tell me why those are not racist. And then tell me why black fraternities are not racist. Tell me why black sororities are not racist. Tell me what would happen if there was a white-only college, a white-only sorority, a white-only fraternity. Tell me about that, and then let's talk.
If I hear of someone whose fashion that I like, and I know that they're a person of color, I try to make it a point. But the clothes have to be available. You know, I think we can all do some work to think about that balance in our wardrobes. You know, what does our closet look like and who's in it? Mm-hmm. Who are we supporting in it? Right. You know, and I think if you have the money to buy Chanel, mm-hmm. then you have the money to buy everybody. Right. Nice. And so let us be mindful, I think would be my advice. Yeah.
So only buy from black designers. And for all you Republicans that are worried about this, that are clutching your pearls, come talk to me. Get in my face with your outrage. Do it. Send donations. If you want to send any donations to the channel, I got 2 money orders on Tuesday from Nancy and Kelly, $150. That went to go towards helping buy some service dogs food. So everybody that's freaking out over this, I don't have time for your outrage, your fake outrage. And that's exactly what it is. It is fake outrage. And if you keep it up, the Democrat Party is going to take back over, and they're going to take everything you have away from you. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. Now, I hope this is true. I can't confirm if this is true. But how many of you would like Kamala Harris to run again?
Not just good news, it's the most welcome news for J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio, and that will be the Republican ticket in 2028, barring some patently unforeseen circumstance. The best news is having Kamala Harris and any fill in the blank as her running mate. I have a feeling that won't be Tim Walz again this time. Because think about this. If voters rejected her campaign after what? It was 107 days in her last campaign. Just imagine how voters will feel after hearing her and seeing her on the campaign trail in 2027 and 2028. And these things can go on for 2 years. After 2 years of exposure, if you think the Kamala brand only gets stronger, you haven't been paying attention, especially the one time she ran for president legitimately in 2019, where she didn't earn any votes whatsoever and didn't even get to Iowa. So one has to wonder what makes her and her advisors think that anything will be different this time around. I mean, can anyone...
Would you like to see Kamala Harris run in 2028? Rumor has it, and I have a very solid source inside of DC, that Kamala's going to run in 2028, and her vice presidential candidate is going to be AOC. AOC is going to be a vice presidential candidate for Kamala. I have that on a very, very, very solid source. How many of you would vote for that? Would you vote for a Kamala AOC ticket? I might go register as a Democrat just to vote for that ticket. I think I might go register as a Democrat to vote for Kamala and AOC to be the Democrat candidates. I would. Because I would love to see a debate between J.D. Vance and Kamala. I would love to see a debate between Marco Rubio and AOC. I would pay money for that. Mango Bird, thank you for becoming a member on the channel. How dare you? Thank you so much. Random Yank, thank you for the super chat. Use where you need. Keep it up, Ben. Thank you, sir. Retro Bill, these humorless losers would somehow make a case for racism if Obama was literally any animal in that scene. I think he should have been a donkey. I think he should have been a donkey or a zebra. It's freaking hilarious. Obama couldn't send any other, could have been any animal and they'd still call R. Says, I'm half Japanese. I wanted to be offended. I could by the damn banana, but I'm not. It's just gross going in FJB's mouth. Oh, thank you, shipmate. Thank you very much. That's a great super chat. It's going to get worse, though. They are going to turn up the rhetoric on all of this. Let me show you this. Apparently, this is going to be a Super Bowl commercial. I don't watch the Super Bowl, so this might be the only opportunity I get to watch this. Let's go here. Let me hide the comments here real quick. I want you to see this.
I know you never expected this. The voices and the anger are so loud. I know you envisioned things differently. They're telling you that you've only got two choices. But the truth is, there's three. Are these options difficult? Of course they are. But you deserve to know. Adoption is an option.
Oh boy, that is a powerful commercial. Wow. That kind of gave me some chills there with my ice shirt on. Adoption's the option. Wow. That is a powerful commercial that's going to be on the Super Bowl. I won't be able to watch the Super Bowl. I don't honestly even know who is playing in the Super Bowl. I literally don't know. I consider myself lucky for not knowing who's in the Super Bowl. I think I'm like, I consider myself lucky for not knowing. How many of you are going to watch the Super Bowl? I can't. I cannot watch it. The NFL, when I found out about 10 years ago, it was actually longer than that. It was about 2008. I found out that the United States government paid the NFL for military appreciation days. I quit watching the NFL. I was active duty whenever I found that out. I was active duty. I found out that they paid them about $10, $12 million a year to advertise military appreciation days. I was like, man, I'm in the military. The only reason the NFL cares about me is because the government pays them. I'm out. I was living in Seattle at the time. I actually had season tickets to the Seattle Seahawks. And I canceled my season tickets. I sold the remaining tickets that I had. And I've never looked back. I walked away from the NFL. Walked away. Cared less. If you want to see real racism, let me show you this one. Let's take a look at this one. Here we go. Where is that? Right there. Let's go here. Oh, wait. You have to there we go. Here we go.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
I mean, you got the first sort of mainstream African American who was articulate and bright and clean, nice-looking guy.
Biden recalling his early Senate career, bringing up two segregationist senators, Herman Talmadge and James Eastland, who called African Americans an inferior race. I was in a caucus with James O. Eastland, Biden said. He never called me boy. He always called me son. At least there was some civility. We got things done.
The senators that he is speaking of with such adoration are individuals who made and built their reputation on segregation. The Ku Klux Klan celebrated the election of one of them.
Using the word boy in the way he did can cause hurt and pain, and we need a presidential nominee and the leader of our party to be sensitive to that.
My Democratic colleagues don't like me saying this. I think the two-party system is good for the South and good for the Negro, good for the black. Other than the fact that they still call me boy, I think they've changed their mind a little bit.
As also noted, Robert C. Byrd was a parliamentary library, a keeper of the institution of the Senate, and he was the institution itself. For a lot of us, he was a friend, he was a mentor, and he was a guy.
1987, he bragged about getting an award from George Wallace.
Biden bragged about an award from the notorious segregationist Governor George Wallace and told the Philadelphia Inquirer, I think the Democratic Party could stand a liberal George Wallace, someone who's not afraid to stand up and offend people.
You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. Unlike the African-American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community with incredibly different attitudes about different things. They're going to put you all back in chains.
Biden was remarking to an audience in South Virginia that included hundreds of black voters.
Where was the faux outrage there? Where was the faux outrage with Joe Biden with basically 7 minutes of absolute racist crap Where was this? I don't see anybody freaking out about that. Do you? I don't see it. It's disgusting.
And Haiti just quietly sunk into the Caribbean or rose up 300 feet, it wouldn't matter a whole lot.
The reason I was able to stay sequestered in my home is because some black woman was able to stack the grocery shelf.
One thing Biden is being slammed for is the crime bill he helped write 25 years ago that many critics say resulted in mass incarceration, especially of young African-American men.
Unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision, without any structure, without any conscience developing.
It did contribute to mass incarceration in our country.
There's about 100,000 of them, if you want to be rhetorically extreme about it, that are who are the predators. They are beyond the pale, many of those people. We have no choice but to take them out of society.
It's awful hard as well to get Latinx vaccinated as well. Why? They're worried that they'll be vaccinated and deported.
Because I was 29, I'm like the token black or the token woman. I was the token young person. Even call centers, which rushed overseas in the hundreds of thousands. How many times you get the call? I'd like to talk to you about your credit card. Again, you have to start off with what they start off with. There's less than 1% of the population of Iowa that is African American. There is probably less than 4 or 5% of it that is our minorities. What is in Washington?
I think it's a vast majority.
Yeah. So look, it goes back to what you start off with, what you're dealing with.
If you were, the emperor right now, you're running the show, what are the things that you would do?
Lee Kuan Yew, who most foreign policy experts around the world say is the wisest man in the Orient.
Hunter once refused a date because of his own Asian hate. In the 2019 exchange, his cousin Carolyn offers to set him up with one of her friends, to which Hunter replied, "No yellow."
But there's one more band member that I want you to meet. Ladies and gentlemen, our vocalist tonight, Michael Jackson. Michael, would you please stand?
First son Hunter Biden repeatedly.
Yeah, get back in here. That was my intermission. I had to go refill the coffee. And get rid of some coffee. Let's just call it that. But you see there exactly what's happening. You see what the Democrat Party is capable of. You see what they're trying to do. Right? And now, the savior of the free world is coming back. The most qualified candidate ever is coming back. She'll be back. She's on her way. A lot of people are going to love it. I don't know why, but I believe a lot of people are going to love. That's the nuclear cloud. We need a nuclear cloud right now. We so need a nuclear cloud right now. I don't know why that's not working. But you're seeing it. Check out what.
Remember when Kamala ran for president, was in first place for a second, and then had to drop out before Iowa? Gavin might be on the same path. Kamala's destroying him by double digits, 34-20. Look at that. He's only getting 15% of the Latino vote. Kamala gets 50. With blacks, even worse. Kamala has over half the blacks. I guess pandering like this didn't work.
So obsessed with basketball and baseball, classic divorce family. My dad was great later. My mom was 19, pregnant, and divorced a few years later with 2 kids, came from no money, and just hustled, worked hard, grinding every single day, 2.5 jobs, no bull. It was also about paying the bills, man. And it was just like hustling. And so I was out there kind of raising myself, turning on the TV, started, just getting obsessed, sitting there with the Wonder Bread and 5 stacks.
Is Gavin Newsom just a white phenomenon?
What do you think about this? Kamala's ahead of Gavin in the polls, 34-20. Is Kamala Harris really coming back? The political herpy, she's the equivalent of a political herpy, could very well be coming back. And I think it's great for the Republican Party. I really believe it's amazing for the Republican Party that Kamala Harris could very well be the Democrat candidate that we all wanted. We all want her to come back.
Remember when Kamala ran?
It could be the greatest failure by the Democrat Party since the first time they picked her. It could be. David, thank you for joining in. Appreciate you. New member, David. Trumpinator, who invented the kilo? That would be the Democrat Party. David, thank you for becoming a member. The kilos were the Democrats. Obama clip was sabotaged to create fake outrage. They're running out of hoaxes until something new comes up. It's all we're going to hear. I think that's a great comment.
How dare you?
How dare you have common sense? Dave's not here. There we go. God bless. Ben, does this mean evolution is racist? I mean, if you believe in evolution, I don't. Then we all came from apes. So is it more accurate or is evolution fake? P.S. Jesus is Lord. Coming soon. Prepare. I don't believe in evolution, but I can call you dumb if that's what you believe in. I don't really care what you believe in. But hey, let me show you this one. I think this lady right here has a powerful message. Very powerful message is what she's bringing. Let me show you this. I've got to show you this clip that this lady played or this lady made. See what you think of this.
What they're trying to do here is the same thing that was done in the South for decades to prevent people of color from voting.
See, this is where my righteous anger pop up because I know what he's saying is a lie. I live in the South. I've been living in the South my whole life on the Gulf Coast. I go to vote every single time there's an election. And guess what? I show my ID. I write my signature. They check to make sure who I am. I go vote. No problems. Nobody asking me any questions. Nobody making me count the jelly beans in the jar. And quit lumping us in the people of color category. We're Black Americans. And we are citizens, and nobody is taking away our right to vote. What they are doing is they're using Black people, going back in the past, provoking emotional manipulation, because they know if they say Jim Crow or slavery, Black people are going to be like, oh my God, he's right. They're coming against us. This has nothing to do with you, Black people. Wake up. People of color he talking about is illegal migrants. They don't have IDs. That's their new voting base. Letting these people use you. I've been having an ID since I was 15 years old. I'm 50 years old. Every Black person I know has an ID. You need an ID to drive. You need an ID to go into a club. You need an ID to fly on a plane. You need an ID to go into another country. You need an ID to buy liquor. You need an ID to buy cigarettes. I don't know any Black person without an ID. Even the poorest of the poor Black people have an ID. JJ down the street that dig in the trash can that I pass by, and he always bothering me about a little bit of money. And when I feeling a little giving, I give him $5. Guess what he do? He go straight into the liquor store and go buy him some liquor. But before he do, he present his ID. So even the homeless man got an ID. Black people, y'all can keep letting these liberals play in y'all face. But Malcolm X warned y'all about these people. They're using you. This is about getting illegal migrants to vote. They don't have an ID. So they don't want any questions whenever they walk in there. They are the Democratic Party new voting base. They are the new slave.
For instance, if you change, you're a woman who got married and changed your last name, you won't be able to show ID and you'll be discriminated against. If you can't find a birth certificate or a proper ID, you'll be discriminated against.
Well, first of all, that's a lie. I've been married twice. Don't judge me. Divorced and then he died. Now I'm remarried. Now let's get back to it. Both times I presented my birth certificate and photo ID. And then I got a marriage license. I got married. And then if I tarried on getting my name changed, guess what? If I went to vote and I didn't have the right name, all I have to do is bring my marriage license. And we know we got a birth certificate. You know why? Because I needed it to get my marriage license, dummy. Or if you didn't need it, you had to have some type of ID in order to get the marriage license. So you bring both. You bring both. And they check it. And they see that the marriage license is your name change. That is just if you just got married at the time of an election. Most of us women, we get married and we handle business. We go ahead and get that new social security card and that new driver's license. Black America, I'm going to need you to wake up. Did you hear what I said? Black America.
She's in Little Rock, Arkansas. She's in Little Rock. Is ID racist? Wow. Now, she made a reference to Malcolm X, and I have played this clip multiple times. Multiple times I have played this clip. Let me show you this. This is what got Malcolm X killed. This is what got him killed.
There are many whites who are trying to solve the problem, but you never see them going under the label of liberals. That white person that you see calling himself a liberal is the most dangerous thing in the entire Western Hemisphere. He's the most deceitful. He's like a fox, and a fox is always more dangerous in the forest than the wolf. You can see the wolf coming. You know what he's up to, but the fox will fool you. He comes at you with his mouth shaped in such a way that even though you see his teeth, you think he's smiling and take him for a friend.
What do you think about that? White liberals, most dangerous thing in the world? I think they're the most dangerous thing in the United States right now. They have this faux outrage. They have this faux outrage. Everything's offensive. Everything is racist. Anything they disagree with is racist. It's just the way it is. That's the new method. That is the new game. Let's talk a little bit about this. Apparently, this Nancy Guthrie, I could care so little about this story. It's not even funny. Because Nancy Guthrie is I want the lady to come home safe. Do I believe she will? No. I don't believe that she will come home safe. That's just reality. But Nancy Guthrie has become a symbol. I want everybody to come home safe. But Nancy Guthrie, suddenly I'm supposed to care about this rich white liberal woman. Her daughter is a news host on NBC, extremely wealthy, that only offered $2,500 for a reward. Now, Nancy Guthrie, and I don't care what political affiliation she's with, but I'll show you what she's affiliated with. A lot of donations there to Act Blue. A lot of donations to Mark Kelly for Senate. A lot of Instagram posts from Nancy Guthrie. A lot of anti-ICE stuff. A lot of, here's a post from Nancy Guthrie regarding, this is all hearsay about J6th. Nancy Guthrie, January. Trump ICE murder victim, Alex Preddy. So it's going to be hard for you to convince me to care about something like this. It's going to be really, really difficult, but it's dominated the news cycle. It has dominated the news cycle. Oh, here we go. Great comment. You should have known with the timing and TMZ getting the story of deep state psyop. Yes. 1,000% Operation Mockingbird. 1,000% Great comment. Great comment. Great comment on that. Let me do something here. This person's in charge of everything. You know who that is. You know who that is. That person's in charge of everything. So I have to respond to that text message. Just the way it is. I don't want to cash in on some life insurance by not replying to that text message. Not happening. Let's go. Oh, okay. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go right here. This is important. This will probably help save America. While this is playing, I'm going to respond to my boss.
Attorney and former chief counsel for the House Judiciary Committee, Julian Epstein, and attorney and RNC surrogate, Mahek Cook. Mahek, let me begin with you. This is the president today talking about the SAVE Act. He says this is simple. This should happen. It's best for all practices and best for the country. Listen to the president, get your reaction on the other side.
I'd love to use the filibuster. The SAVE Act is very important. Voter ID, I mean, if you look at it, no mail-in voting, and you have to have proof of citizenship. Everybody wants it.
Everybody doesn't want it, but a whole lot of Americans want it. In fact, if you look at some of the polling, Mahek, I think the president's on pretty solid footing there. In fact, I have a graphic. I want to show you this. This is when I tell people this has broad support. This is where I get that from. Look at the numbers. 83% total. Republicans, 95%. Democrats even. Democrats, 71%. What do you make of it?
Well, that means that the majority of Americans absolutely support President Trump. We don't want our elections stolen. And the only people that are grandstanding today and stonewalling this process are Democrats that hold power. And let me explain why. President Obama actually deported 3.1 to 3.2 million illegal immigrants out of our country. And he did that because he believed in enforcement and protecting Americans. Today, Democrats don't believe in our election system. They don't want to actually trust the American people. They don't want to verify citizenship. What they care about is power. And that electoral map, Kevin, when you look at voting today, we count individuals one by one in the census. We don't look for citizenship. So what Democrats want is to continue to increase power, to create more seats, because this impacts the House and electoral votes. That's the only way that Democrats can win national elections today. Without this, without the power, without the control, and without the importation of illegals actually counting, they will never win a national election. And what President Trump and most Americans are demanding is to stop the fraud on every level, from our elections all the way to our welfare systems. And Democrats are refusing to comply. And this is, again, another midterm issue. They're going to lose because they're holding Americans hostage.
I'm glad you said midterm issue, because I think, Julian, and you're our Democrat whisperer. You're the one who lets us understand how they're thinking. I find it, frankly, impossible to believe that they really don't understand why so many Americans really do want voter ID. Let's just make it fair and let the battle of ideas win. But I think Mahek really nails it when she says this is a midterm issue for the Republicans, I think, to lean into. And
look at that number here. Pass the SAVE Act, America. 83% of Americans want photo ID. Would you want, I believe more than 80% of Americans want people driving to have a driver's license. So why not have the people that are picking the next president only be American? Is that really that much to ask? Is that really that much to ask? I don't think it's like this racist trot of crap to do this. I don't believe there's anything wrong with having ID. I got a poll in the chat. Can Democrats win without illegal voters? 96% of you say no. 4% of you think Democrats can win without voter ID or with voter ID. I want to show you something here. I ran across this. Actually, somebody in the chat sent me this. Let's go here. I'll share this. This is powerful.
Obviously, they don't think it was an insurrection. And I believe, as I think you do, that they were heavily involved in that day. So why'd they go so all in?
Well, they had to. I've covered this in detail. In June 2020, all of the major DNC apparatchiks, including Donna Brazile, the former head of the DNC, and John Podesta, Hillary Clinton's campaign manager, who was then promoted to a $375 billion slush fund to run inside the Biden White House, planned a simulation about how to overturn the election results if Trump won and, quote, a clear Trump win. And as part of that plan, they planned to, I think the exact phrase was, provoke a breakdown on January 6th to disrupt the proceedings, to prevent the vote from going through. The addendum to that war game exercise, it was called Will Trumpism Survive Trump Even If He Loses, clearly laid out the necessity to create a predicate to go after Trump's entire base, to, quote, demobilize them, that they won't automatically demobilize on their own. And so some legal predicate is necessary to go after the entire base. And I believe they already had the instruments in place in the event that Trump had won the election. And then when it looked like Trump was contesting things in court and it looked like the country was not buying what was happening with these magic mail-in ballots, they said, well, we already have the assets in place. We already have the military assets going to the Penn Walkway entrance. We already have the back channels with Nancy Pelosi and Mark Milley. So we can use this to take down Trump. I believe that's what's happened.
What do you think about this? I think Mike Benz is so right. John Billy, welcome back. We love retards here. Thank you. We are very much in support of the mentally disabled here. I appreciate people with extra chromosomes watching my channel. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you have developed the ability to use a keyboard. Thank you. One day you will learn to spell. John Billy, clown, and rainbow clown. Perfect. Somebody, I love this one. Somebody's watching over on Kick for us. F Ice, not Corey. Thank you. Not Corey. We obviously know your name's Corey now. Thank you. Is that black coffee? Absolutely. Drinking in my Rush Limbaugh coffee mug. Look at that. Rush Limbaugh coffee mug. You like that? For all you trolls, that'll definitely trigger the trolls. That'll definitely trigger the trolls. Love it. John Billy. John Billy, our channel is okay with people that have extra chromosomes coming in and watching. I joined Kick today. I'm streaming on Kick, Rumble, X, YouTube, Facebook. Did I say X? I normally say Twitter. I'm going to try to, I miss Rush. I miss Rush too. I listen to a lot of old Rush Limbaugh clips, shows. I listen to a lot of old Rush shows. And I'm going to break one out of the archives, and then we're going to take some phone calls. I'm going to break one out of the archives. Then we're going to take some phone calls. I love taking phone calls. I love hearing from the people. My voice is cracking, crack-a-lacking, crack-a-lacking. I like listening to some Rush. Tom Sawyer. No, not that Rush, but I have been in I've been to multiple Rush concerts. There's no women at Rush concerts.
Everybody's making immigration proposals these days. Let me add mine to the mix. Call it the Limbaugh laws. First, you immigrate to our country, you have to speak the native language. You have to be a professional or an investor. No unskilled workers allowed. Also, There'll be no special bilingual programs in the schools with the Limbaugh laws, no special ballots for elections, no government business will be conducted in your language. Foreigners will not have the right to vote or hold political office. If you're in our country, you cannot be a burden to taxpayers. You are not entitled to welfare or food stamps or other government goodies. You can come if you invest here, an amount equal to 40,000 times a daily minimum wage. If not, stay home. But if you want to buy land, it'll be restricted. No waterfront, for instance, and as a foreigner, you have to relinquish individual rights to the property. And another thing, you don't have the right to protest. You're allowed no demonstrations, no foreign flag waving, no political organizing, no bad-mouthing our president or his policies. You're a foreigner. Shut your mouth or get out. And if you come here illegally, you're going to jail. Now, you think the Limbaugh laws are harsh? Well, every one of the laws I just mentioned are actual laws of Mexico today. That's how the Mexican government handles immigrants to their country. Yet Mexicans come here illegally and protest in our streets. How do you say double standard in Spanish? How about no mas?
Oh, boy, that'll trigger the algorithm. That'll trigger all the trolls, too. The trolls cannot stand the sound of Rush Limbaugh's voice. Old Rush shows sound like they were just released, so it's time for change. This classic, Mexico Laws for Illegals Act. Facts, we lived there. My dad got dual citizenship to own oceanfront, to free the butterfly. Let me give it to you.
How dare you?
How dare you? Oh, I just got a clip of John Billy in the chat. John Billy sent me a video message. For all of you watching, John Billy sent a video message to all of you. This is, here we go.
Oh, my God! I cannot do this anymore! I'm so sick of it! I am sick of the bullshit! Get out of my face!
John Billy in the chat. Thank you very much, John Billy. I appreciate your outrage. I appreciate your disconnection with reality. It's very nice to see that you're unstable. It's nice to see that, it's nice to see that you have no grasp of reality. It's nice to see that the Democrat Party is out of touch with a lot of what's happening. Right? A lot of people are out of touch with reality. And sadly, a lot of them are teachers that are out of touch with reality. I appreciate their commitment to stupidity. There's a lot of people that cannot grasp their level of stupidity. His demons need to be exorcised. You're absolutely right. And there's a lot of them too. We get a lot of them that come in here and hate watch. I unbanned all the trolls so that they could come back and hate watch. I did. Somebody, if you want to donate, there's the little link up there at the top. That's a Cash App donation. Feel free. Check out my sponsor, mypillow.com/veteran. Give them a call. Just got a little Cash App donation from Rick. $5 on the Cash App. Thank you very much, Rick. I appreciate that, brother. From another mother.
How dare you?
Who is it?
It's me, Dave. Open up, man. I got the stuff.
Dave's
I got the
not
stuff,
here.
Dave. I got the stuff, Dave. Let's do this. A lot of people like this part of the show. Some don't. I don't care. It's my show. I don't care. You like it, you like it. If you don't, don't. I don't care. Make asylums great again. MAGA. Oh, I like that. Can I borrow that? Can I borrow that phrase? Make asylums great again? 615-475-7864. Lines are open. I am not Rush Limbaugh. I do have his microphone. Good friend of mine in the chat, Peter, got me his microphone. Peter is a roadie, not roadie. Peter is a former sound engineer. I don't want to even use the word former, sound engineer for a very famous country music singer. Let's go here. Line 2. What do you got, line 2?
Hey, I was going to say something on air here.
Amazing. Let's talk. Go right ahead.
Hey, Ben.
Yeah, good morning. Let's talk.
I was just going to say stupid is a disease, and if you're spoon-fed stupidity, you'll grow fat on stupidity.
Stupidity is a
common
disease.
sense, that ignorance will magically disappear.
I can't disagree with you. That's very prophetic. Very prophetic. Thank you for calling, sir.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. Ben, so you won't flush me. I'm not going to flush anybody. I'm not going to flush anybody. You're welcome to call. You're welcome to call. I love talking to, but if you call and you're stupid, just say, hey, speak slowly. I'm retarded. And I'll try to speak slowly for you. Thank you. That's very prophetic. Lines are open, 615. Let's go here. Line 2. Line 2, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from West Palm Beach, Florida.
West Palm Beach, Florida. Do you think we need voter ID to save this country?
Well, absolutely. And, I think to save this country, we need education reform with these teachers just being batshit crazy. But I think it flows all the way to the top when you get these Republicans who voted for Trump talking about how I didn't vote for foreign wars with Iran, but not piecing together how all of these things fit into the puzzle of the MAGA agenda and making America great again.
Mm-hmm. I agree with let me ask you this, because I believe when the Department of Education was established under Jimmy Carter's presidency, that was the tipping point where we started to allow the enemy to educate our children. And I believe a lot of these school teachers, we're allowing the enemy to educate our children. No other country do we do this.
Well, it goes hand in hand with what we've seen any type of government takeover of any institution wind up being the result of. I mean, the government's hand, unfortunately, in any institution has led to corruption and chaos in ways that totally bastardize the patriotic agenda that Americans should and have held so near and dear. Myself as a veteran of the Army, all the values that we hold in the Army are that of integrity and honesty and character and commitment. And to see our country just again be so bastardized away from those values, I think it just speaks to all the fraud and corruption that we're seeing in the government that has been plagued and passed around like a plague to its citizens, and it's unfortunate.
Well, I appreciate you calling. Thank you for your service, and thank you for the phone call. I really appreciate that. I think you're on to something. In the Army, the Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Salvation Army, mission first. Right now, our mission is being tainted by ideology. Eunice, thank you for the super chat. Don't need a reason. Don't need a reason. Let me ask you this. For those of you in the chat, school teachers and schools taking children to protest, should that be allowed? Should they be allowed to take children to protest? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Love to get your opinion on this. Because I believe tax dollars pay for public teachers' salaries. And I don't want to pay with tax money for kids to go and protest. Just my opinion. Line 3. What do you got, line 3? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is David from Sebring, Florida.
David, let me ask you this. David, do you pay taxes?
Right now, I don't because I'm disabled. I've had 3 strokes in a row.
Do you believe tax money should be used to pay teachers' salaries for them to take children to go and protest?
Absolutely not. I'm of the opinion that adults in positions of authority should not push their ideology on children.
Why are we allowing it?
Because America is kind of messed up right now, thanks to, I think, not only left-wing politicians, but also the media. I'll put it this way. The millennials are where we really started to go wrong. And my generation, Generation X, I started to notice the media began promoting left-wing ideology, and it got really intensified with the following generation.
Okay. Do you think we'll ever get back to a point where the news media is not partisan, where they just report the news?
Maybe if real Americans win the ideological war, it's possible.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you calling. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
I want to say thank you for hearing me out. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Let's go here. Man, we got some trolls in the chat. I love the trolls. The trolls are really riling everybody up in the chat. The trolls are doing my work. Thank you. Hey, teacher, leave those kids alone. I am the same way. I'm the Pink Floyd song. Hey, teacher, leave the kids alone. I agree. Let's go to Bobby in Tennessee.
Tennessee. Hey, Ben, you know the left always uses think of the children, right? Think of the children.
Hold on. Let me do this.
Yeah.
Won't somebody please think of the children?
There you go. Think of the children. What do you got?
Look, it's time for the Republicans to turn that back on them, because I don't think a lot of these parents know what's going on in public schools. You got to wake them up. Use their tactics against them and see what happens.
I agree with that. I agree with that completely. Somebody brought up a super chat right here. What if teachers took kids to March for Life? I would be against that as well. Because if a kid got hurt at a March for Life rally, if some raging lunatic threw something on them and hurt them, I would be against that for that. Bobby, thank you for calling. I believe teachers should just, I don't know. Here's a radical idea for teachers. Just teach. Shut up and teach. I don't want kids going to March for Life rallies either. Funnily enough, if the Democrat Party were to win, there would be no March for Life rallies. Kids are not pawns. They are for the Democrats. There we go. That's them on life support. Democrats on life support.
Think of the children. Won't somebody please think of the children?
No, stop. Think of the children.
Think of the children.
Lines are open. Let's go right here. Talk to me. Grimwrath, Arizona. What you got, Grimwrath?
I'll tell you something, Ben. We all went, this whole situation went to hell back in the 80s when they started putting nudity on TV and cussing on TV. You never used to hear the news media drop the F-bomb or anything like that. And we've gotten to where we just allow way too much bullshit, whether it's our schools, whether it's our televisions, whether it's our radio stations. They have taken it and gone, like they say, give them an inch, they'll take a mile. And boy, have they taken a mile.
Appreciate you calling, Grimwrath. Grimwrath out of Arizona. Great point. They have taken the mile. Let's go here. Line 4. We're going down the
Hey,
switchboard
Ben,
here.
Joey from Wisconsin.
Joey in Wisconsin. What
Starts
you got?
with the parents when it comes to these schools. You can't get these parents to go to a PTA meeting. Okay, if no one's involved, they're going to do what they want. Okay, it's the bottom line. Okay, school board, PTA, people need to show up. Let them know exactly what's going on. They know these parents aren't involved in what's going on, and that's why they've become the indoctrination centers they've become, my brother.
Do you think, because I believe parents use the schools more as a daycare center than as an educational facility. I believe
Oh,
they're more
absolutely.
worried about where they can drop their kids off. And I believe a lot of parents, whenever it's a snow day, the parents are like, shit, I've got to be a parent.
Oh, 100%. It's like the parent that takes their kid to school or daycare knowing that they're sick instead of staying home and taking care of their kid.
The kid becomes an inconvenience. It's no difference than that
I'm sorry.
that chick Paris Hilton. It's no difference than some of these Hollywood celebrities that get a chihuahua and they put it in their purse. Kids have become an accessory. Look at gays.
Oh, 100%.
Look at the gay couples. They adopt a child. A lot of times they buy a child. And they buy a child for an accessory to try to normalize their lifestyle that I don't agree with. That's what I think.
Or even a tax break.
Or a tax break. They buy a kid for a tax break. I appreciate you calling in Wisconsin.
Love you.
God bless you. Great call out of Wisconsin. Great call out of Wisconsin. Is Scott Walker still up there? I don't know. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Let's talk line 5. What do you got, line 5? Where are you calling from, first and foremost? Where are you calling from?
Arkansas.
Arkansas. What part of Arkansas? Turn the audio down in the background. We're at in Arkansas.
I'm trying to get it in right now. Hot Springs.
Hot Springs. Talk to me in Hot Springs, Arkansas. What would you like to say?
Well, I'm owner. I've owned for 55 years, and I've seen all these changes over the years in reference to children. That being said, the government has implemented things into the school system and into the psyche that their kids need drugs to behave in school. Their diet is horrendous, and now we have these issues. And a lot of it has been actually done on purpose, in my opinion.
I agree. Thank you very much. Your phone call's breaking up a little bit, but I agree with you. They have, from Hot Springs, Arkansas, phone call was breaking up a little bit. I agree. They are medicating the kids into submission. They are medicating the kids into compliance. They are medicating the kids. They are keeping the kids busy with a video game so that they don't have to be parents. I completely agree with that. Completely agree with that. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. What is this one? Coburn says fake MAGA. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. We got the Tourette's in the chat. Just yelling out stuff like green crayons. We got somebody with Tourette's in there. Fake MAGA. I love it. We've got them. We've got them all. We've got about 4,000 people watching on various platforms right now. Let's talk to line 6. Where are you calling from, line 6? Line 6, where are you calling from?
Sunset, Texas. Good morning, Ben.
Good morning. What would you like to say?
So they are marching these kids out on the protests.
I agree.
So what's going to happen when someone shoots a kid?
Ooh.
There's going to be an absolute meltdown, which is why they use this. Sorry, this is Anton, by the way.
Oh, Anton. All right,
yes,
gotcha.
Sir, yes, sir. Sorry, I've been trying to get through. So they've marched out their liberal woman. She got shot. Then they got the, so-called nurse guy. He got shot. And now they decided they're going to take all the kids and put them in the front lines, because imagine the meltdown if someone shoots a child.
Let me ask you this, Anton, and y'all go check out Built on USA. Anton, let me ask you this. What the Democrat Party is doing by putting kids out on the battlefield, like you're saying, is that any different than what ISIS and the Taliban does to kids when they put on the vest?
No. Or what they do in Africa when they, hand 8-year-olds rifles and have them shoot people. It's exactly the same Marxist nonsense. And somehow people are surprised by this. So they jack up the prices where both parents have to work. They encourage you to put your children in schools and daycare centers because, you know, it's very important that they socialize and, you know, get to play with other children. You go do the important things, you know, you go work. Don't take care of your children. We'll hand that over to minimum wage, you know, illegal immigrants that can teach your kids their ways. And when you now, you know, doused in debt because of the big house and, you know, 7 cars you've got, now your kids are in school and you can't do anything about it because you can't leave your job to go get your children, which they now have control of, and they take your children and go put them on the front lines. I mean, I was watching these clips, and the kids were throwing normal people driving in their vehicles. They were throwing stones at them, and I thought to myself, "This is insanity."
I agree with you. So, it's weird to finally see the Democrats care about kids. For the longest time, they had a Planned Parenthood bus outside of the Democrat National Convention. But now Democrats are like, hey, we've got a new weapon in our arsenal. Let's use these kids. Let's use these kids. And I believe, and you can tell me I'm an idiot, call me retarded, call me John Billy if you want to. The Democrat Party, if they take back over, they're going to pack the Supreme Court. They're going to lower the voting age to 16 so that all these little retarded window lickers that they have trained to be Marxist, communist agitators can vote. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, I 100% agree with you. I mean, I was watching the one school where the kids were, the principal was walking down the passage and the kid jumped him and punched him. And when he retaliated, now the principal's fired, you know, which, I mean, of course, the whole discipline in that whole setup was broken. But, you know, you can't throw stones at people, punch people, you know, jump people, and then not expect retaliation because you're underage. I'm sorry, if you're going to act like an adult and do adult things, you know, the punishment that comes with that is, you know, the same as an adult's going to get, unfortunately. Someone's going to get shot. Someone's going to get upset. Because, you know, a lot of these kids, you look at them, I mean, I was watching some of these kids. They don't look like middle schoolers. They look like adults.
I agree. And thank you very much, Anton.
There's a bunch of masked young people throwing stones at cars. Like, how do you know what their ages are? It's not like they have it, you know, lapelled on them. So one more thing, Ben, just a quick thing.
Yes, sir.
How many illegal immigrants voted in New York with Mamdani? It's just a question that was stuck in my mind.
Oh, God. They'll never give us that information. They will never give us that information. Never.
But you guys have a great day. Thank you, man.
And appreciate you, Anton. God bless you. Y'all go check out Biltong USA. I'm going to share this real quick. This is Anton right here, Biltong USA. This is his website, Biltong USA. Anton left real apartheid in South Africa. Real apartheid. He lives in North Texas. He's got his own shop now. Anton is a sponsor here on the channel. Biltong USA. It is like prosciutto, is what this is like. It's amazing. He is a sponsor here on the channel. He doesn't pay me. He just sends me some biltong, and I love it. And he's got all kinds of different stuff. But Anton left real apartheid, came to the United States, now loves America. But he has experienced real racism, real hatred. He's experienced it. Okay? Pass an IQ test to vote, we would get rid of 90% of the voting population. If you put an IQ test in for voting, 90% of America would not be able to vote. Salty Army in the house. Thank you very much. I love Salty Cracker. One of the channels that I actually watch all the way through. Salty Crackers. Hello, bigots. For all you Salty Crackers, hello, bigots. Let's take some more calls. John Billy, you're welcome to call in. Tell mommy to dial it for you. Your mom's already got my number, so it should be easy. Line 3. What do you got, line 3? Where are you calling from? I can barely hear you.
It's Dave.
That phone line is very bad. I couldn't, very staticky there. Very staticky. Feel free to call in. Let's go here. Line 3. What do you got, line 3?
Hi, Ben. I think our schools are brainwashing our kids, and that's communistic. And as far as IDs, I think it's a no-brainer to require a voter ID. Unfortunately, those who don't want it have no brain.
Let me ask you this, because it seems like the Democrat Party accuses black people of not being capable of getting ID. Is that racist? Is that a racist trope?
Yeah. And as far as that little cartoon, Obama's lucky he wasn't portrayed as a serpent.
Mm-hmm. That's true. A snake. You're exactly
or the
right.
Or the bad lion.
You are 1,000% right. I appreciate. Do you have children?
I do. I have 3 grown daughters. One was in the Navy.
Oh, thank you for her service. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sounds like
My
you
dad
raised
was a
some decent
pilot.
kids. Well, thank you for
My dad was
calling.
Okay. God bless. Bye.
I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. One of the few shows that tries to take phone calls from the viewers, from the listeners. I want to hear what the people watching have to say. I want to hear what you have to say. I don't agree with it sometimes, but I respect your dumb opinions. Let's go here. Line 5. Where are you calling from, line 5?
Hey, Ben, it's Roy. I'm calling from upstate New York.
Upstate New York. What would you like to say?
Talking about this. What's that? I didn't hear what you said.
Upstate New York. Go right ahead.
Were you talking about this school stuff? It is so true. I'm 43. I watched it happen in the 90s as I was going to school. Now that I'm older, I seen it. I seen the transition, and it got way worse after I graduated in 2001 with these kids. I mean, I got to police my kids' stuff. Like, I got to make sure they're not. You got to be vigilant if you're a parent nowadays. That's all I got to say.
If your kid was taken to a protest by a teacher and your kid got hurt, how would that work out?
Prison for me.
And
pretty much.
Somebody just brought up a good point here. Justin Braham just brought up a good point. We have school resource officers. We're putting armed guards in schools to keep dangerous people out. How absolutely retarded is it that you would take children to where all the retards are gathered at? Does that make any, I'm trying not to swear here. Does that make any sense?
No, unless you're what's that guy? Billy something? If everybody's all offended by the word retard, start calling him that Billy guy's name.
Yeah, I just don't care if you're offended. I don't
Glenn
care
Billy
anymore.
Or something?
Yeah, John Billy. Yeah.
John Billy, yeah, they're a bunch of John Billies.
I just don't care if people are offended anymore. I really don't. I'm just at that point in my life, you know?
We have to be. Doesn't matter if you're centrist right, all the way right. We have a country to save. That's all there is to it. We got a country to save, and screw your feelings. Trying to mind my P's and Q's too while I'm on there.
I think the reason that Charlie Kirk was killed is because he was the most dangerous person on the planet for the Democrat Party, because he went to the absolute cesspool of where they create their ideology, college campuses. He was waking kids up on college campuses, and that's what scared them, and that's why they killed him. That's my theory. I appreciate you calling.
I agree with you 100%.
Thank you, sir. God bless you. That's why Charlie Kirk was killed. That's my opinion. Charlie was bound to be POTUS in the next, I don't know. I don't know. Just got the cows and horses fed. Good to see Ben's on. Thank you, Bird Dog. Bird Dog in the house. Thank you. I got to go to the feed store after this. I got to go buy some cracked corn for the chickens, geese, ducks, guineas. I got to go do that. I'm going to take my old yellow Ford and go do that. That's what I drive. I drive a 50-year-old pickup truck. For those of you that are not familiar, I drive a 50-year-old pickup truck. 51. Line 1. We're back to the top of the scoreboard. What do you got?
Yeah, I just wondering two things. How can you trust any Democrat that calls Trump a racist and not Joe Biden? And do you still think that Jeffrey Epstein isn't alive? Thanks, man.
Wait. What was the first question? Oh, okay. How can you trust a Democrat that calls Trump a racist and not Biden? You can't. Second question, I believe, was, do I think Epstein's still alive? I hope not. I hope he's not. I hope he is gone. I hope he's gone. I think he got off light. Check out one of my sponsors, Chapter. They're going to help you find the right Medicare plan for you. Open enrollment starting up 332-867-1305. Give them a call. Take 5 minutes. On average, they're going to save you about $1,200 a year. They're going to save you about $1,200 a year just by giving them a call. Okay? That's all you got to do. But yeah, I'm going to the feed store. I got to go to the co-op. That's where we buy our feed at, co-op. Let's grab a couple more calls here. Where was that at? Where was that person? Let's grab these. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. All I ask is that you turn the audio down. We've got a 606 area code. Where are you calling from?
Hey, Ben, it's Will David in Kentucky. How are you this morning?
Will, Kentucky, y'all got problems, bro. Y'all got problems.
That's an understatement. To your previous caller's point about the kids, using the kids, I don't know if you've seen the video just a few days ago. The kids were protesting, and they just beat the time out of this guy. And none of them looked to be over 13, 14 years of age. You know, to his point, and here's my question. That being said, to what justification does that man have, or would he have had to defend himself?
I'm going to tell you right now.
To what level?
I hate to say, well, I don't even hate to say it. If I get attacked by some kids, I don't care how old they are. I don't care how big they are. I don't care how stupid they are. I don't care who their parents are. If you get on me, I am free, white, and 50 years old. I am going to defend myself to the furthest extent of my capability and to the capabilities of what I carry to defend myself.
I don't disagree with you. I agree 100% with you. And
what I carry to defend myself, I will stop and reload.
All right. Thank you, Ben.
I appreciate you calling, man. Thank you very much. Kentucky, y'all got problems. I don't know how you fix what the problems are in Kentucky. Do you have any idea how you fix it?
You grow a spine and you vote.
I mean, Thomas Massey has a lot of people fooled, in my opinion, in Kentucky. What are your thoughts on that?
He's not the only one. Massey, Paul, King Andy. There's just so many sheeple. This country is full of sheeple, and I'm sick of them.
I believe that we have a lot of sheeple that are sitting behind a microphone and a camera the same way I do, that are scared to just speak up. That's what I believe. I think a lot of them are just scared to speak up. And it's
You're right. We live in
sad.
a spineless, rich environment right now. We really do. You're absolutely right. Hey, real quick, I sent you a video on Discord. You'll get a kick out of it. I want you to check it out if you get a chance.
I appreciate you. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. God bless America. God bless Kentucky. Have an L81 for me. I would kill for an L81 today. I would kill for an L81. I love an L81. Oh, here we go. That's a good comment. Let me grab this comment. Sadly, the influencers pains for by specialty political interest group. Oh, paid for. They keep racial tension high. My school is 90% Afro-American. Finally, parents seeing through the red mist keep going up. There's a lot of channels that are scared to offend their audience. I believe there's a lot of them that are scared to offend their audience. I don't know why. They're more worried about the people watching their channel than they are America. Prove me wrong. They get on various platforms. They say exactly what you want to hear, but they never want to hear from you. There's a lot of channels that don't want to hear what you have to say. I'm no better than anybody, but I try to let anybody call in. You're more than welcome. And I never know what to expect. Line 3. What do you got, line 3?
Hi. I'm from upstate New York, and
I'm sorry.
my brother lives in California.
I'm very sorry
And-
that he's retarded.
Yes, and he's a total liberal, and
I knew it.
he is very happy that his 8-year-old daughter is out there doing marches.
What?
And so I have totally just cut him off. I can't deal with him anymore. He's also very mean about it. He hates anybody with ICE or law enforcement. So he's teaching his daughter to hate any type of law enforcement, and she's a nightmare on top of it. She's just a spoiled brat.
Wow. That's crazy.
It's awful.
8-year-old daughter. Wow.
Yep.
It sounds like,
She already wears the rainbow colors.
what is different in him pushing his kid or whoever pushing their kid to go protest and people using kids in sweatshops? Is there any different?
There's no difference because it's getting like their message across, and it's not like money wise, but it's to them it's like I guess it's a win, versus companies that make money, and then it's parents that use to get like their political agendas across.
It sounds like child labor. They're doing the work for the parents. That's what it sounds like to me.
And it's abuse because she's a very adorable, beautiful child, and she's a nightmare. I don't even want anything to do with her, and she's my only niece.
How old will she be before she gets a nose ring?
I give it a couple of years.
Okay.
Because he
I agree.
allows her to do whatever she wants. She can do whatever she wants, and anywhere she goes, it has to be about her, and it causes all kinds of problems, and he's just so proud of her.
I'm going to tell you this. Thank you for calling. I appreciate you. God bless you. I'm sorry about your retarded brother. Anybody I see with a nose ring, I really disregard anything they say. I disregard anything they say if they have a nose ring. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm a hypocrite. If you got a nose ring, I think you're dumb. Do you know what nose rings are for? They're for pigs. They put them in a pig's nose so they don't root. That's why they got nose rings. Oh, Tommy, I have an Epiphone hummingbird red label. Damn it, Tommy, I'm envious. Actually, I want a Gibson hummingbird, but I can't afford to buy a guitar because I'm sending guitars to veterans. I would love nothing more than to go buy myself a new guitar. I would love to. I can't afford it. I can't afford it. I'd love to go buy one. Let me do this. Let's put a poll in the chat. How about this? I instantly think that they're crazy. If I see a nose ring, combine that with blue hair, I instantly think you're dangerous. And I don't want you going near a school. That's what I think. Call me wrong. Tickle me dumb, but I don't want you anywhere near a school or near me if you have a nose ring. I'm sorry. I don't. I don't want you near me if you have a nose ring. I don't want to be near you when you sneeze either. Let's go line 4. What do you got, line 4?
Yeah, this is Dad from Nebraska. I called you a couple of weeks ago.
Good morning, sir.
I'm 70 years old and was so blessed to be married in the 70s before we had all this stupid bullshit. Yeah. Anyway, both my parents were teachers, and they retired in the 80s. So, and they would be disgusted, with this. My dad, he passed away, but like I said, it's just the way they're using them like slaves. You're
I
right
agree.
about the sweatshop thing.
I believe they are
it's,
using children. It is an outdoor sweatshop. They're putting children on the street. They're giving them signs. They're telling them what to say. Hell, they're probably paying the little turds.
they're probably promising them an A grade or something, for community work or whatever.
I appreciate
And
you calling.
what you were just saying about the nose rings, I feel the same way about tongue rings. I hate that shit.
Mhm.
The guy got the tongue tooth.
I appreciate you calling. It's like if I see a guy with a belly button ring. If you're a dude with a belly button ring, oh boy. Now I'm going to say this. I was in the Navy for a long time. I got tattoos. The whole reason I joined the Navy was because a good friend of mine's dad had cool tattoos. BR549, they're afraid of getting canceled, period, full stop. Somebody said D-Day Cobra. I think D-Day Cobra, fantastic show. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. The whole reason I joined the Navy was because my best friend's dad, his name was David Puckett. He was an engineman on PBRs in Vietnam. Patrol boats, river boats, junk boats. That's what he did. He was an engineman in the Navy. Worked on patrol boats that ran up and down the Cobra Ordnance. I love D-Day Cobra. Ran up and down the river in Vietnam. He had the greatest stories ever. One of his really good stories, he had this giant ship tattooed on his chest, like Spanish galleon tattooed on his chest. The story goes, he was in Vietnam. I don't know the name of the main city. He had like a 3 or 4 day pass. He got drunk. He got a girlfriend for the night. He woke up with a tattoo. His chest was all bloody. He didn't know it was a tattoo. Woke up with his chest all covered in blood, a bandage. Thought he had been stabbed. Ripped the bandage off, saw he had a giant tattoo of a ship. He said it was the best $20 he ever spent. He had a girlfriend, a night he didn't remember, a tattoo, and the crabs. He said it was the best $20 he ever spent. And I was going to go to college. I was in college. And I didn't show up very much. And I started talking to my buddy David, my buddy's dad. And I was like, man, I want some cool stories. I want some cool tattoos and cool stories. I don't want crabs. Never got crabs. Touch wood. Touch wood. But I'm going to tell you right now, I wanted that. And I joined the Navy because of a story from a dude with a bunch of tattoos. That's why I joined the Navy. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Let's go right here. What do you got? Line 5. Line 5, bring it. What do you got?
Hey, Ben, what are we supposed to do with all the illegal alien children that were trafficked over the border, the hundreds of thousands? Are we supposed to take care of them all, or do we re-immigrate them?
You mean send them back to Mexico or whatever country they're from?
Well, send them back where they would be, most likely to have family.
I think.
What do we take care of them? We take all those hundreds of thousand kids in over our own American children. That's my point.
Hell no. Hell no. Hell
because
no.
I was chastised in chat about this by some of your mods. I said, what do we do with all the legal alien children that were trafficked over the border? What do? Do we take them off? Because if we take them all, we're just like taking in the parents too. We might as well be libtards taking them all in.
You have to find a way to get
That's
them
my
back.
point.
I don't know the right answer, but you have to give them back to where they came from. It is
that's
not.
what I said. And I
Now
was
you can
chastised
take,
over it by your
you
mom.
can take,
That's my point.
it doesn't matter. I don't care if you were chastised. I don't care. People in the chat can have different opinions. I don't like echo chambers. I don't care if people disagree with you. I don't care if people disagree with me. I just want a reasonable argument. And I'm going to tell you this. I have really good neighbors. I'm sure you do too. I care more about my family than I do about my neighbors. Even though my neighbors are good, I'm always going to put my family first. America is the greatest country in the world. I care about American citizens more than I care about people that are here that shouldn't be here. Are they a victim of their own circumstances? They are. But guess what? That I really can't. I can't fix everything, but I'm going to start with the American kids first. That's what I think.
I agree.
That's just
This
my
is
opinion.
Patrick Owen from Wichita Falls, Texas.
Patrick, I appreciate you calling. Thank you very much, shipmate. God bless you. God bless you. I have a pic of my uncle flipping a bird to a Russian minesweeper from the Carl Vincent. Carl Vincent, I believe that was an aircraft carrier. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. We'll take some more calls here. Let's do it. Let's go paratrooper. What do you got, paratrooper?
Hey, that's the reason. Get rid of Charlie Kirk because his common sense destroyed every argument they ever made.
Oh, I agree. I agree completely. Completely agree with you. Somebody called me a grifter. The slamming salmon. Ben's a grifter. Thank you so much for being a grifter. God bless you.
You too.
Thank you very much. Ben's a grifter. The slamming salmon. Thank you. Come up with a better insult. I know I've got better insults for your mama. I know I've got better insults for your mama. Come up with a better insult, please. You can do better than this. You can do so much better than this. Your mom's got a dirty mouth. You can come up with a better insult than that. And you don't even want to know where your mama's mouth has been. You don't want to know. Come at me, bro. I got mama jokes for days. Do better. Do better with your insults. I know your mama did better. Let's go here. Line 3. What do you got, Eunice?
Well, hey, Ben, I've got a lot of tattoos and I do have a belly ring. But on another note, I just hope everybody does not forget our ICE agents. And if you see one, thank them for the service. If we see a policeman, thank them for their service. And we can't forget about them. We got to stand tall, be strong. We are Americans, and I'm sorry, I don't care if you're a child and newborn or you've been here 50 years, all illegals, and I don't care what color you are, white, black, pink, purple, you got to go. You got to get America back, and we got to stand by Donald Trump.
I'm not racist. I don't care what color you are. If you're not here legally, get the F out.
But please don't forget our ICE agents.
Absolutely.
Don't forget them.
Thank you,
You're a
Eunice.
good man, Ben. Bye-bye.
God bless you. God bless you. I love when people try to come in and insult me. I lived on a submarine with 160 of the most sarcastic SOBs the world has ever created. Living on a submarine with the most sarcastic, foul-mouthed, dirty senses of humor. I survived that. So when you come in with an insult, I'm ready for you, brother. I'm ready for you. Bring the insults on. Bring them on. I love it. Bring them on. I love cracking your mom jokes on trolls. I love it. Slamming salmon. I know what they were slamming on your mom. It was tube steak. Let's go. Dawn, New York.
Ben.
What you got?
Hey, Ben, good morning. So I talked to my 15-year-old grandson who's been homeschooled for 2 years yesterday, and he was so down on Donald Trump, and I questioned him. I want to understand. And so I don't think it's just the schooling. these kids are lost and they don't feel they could trust anyone, which might be correct. But I suggest to all young ones to go to trade school or to get on the gravy train of the future and join the military, to get good training with
I
that.
agree.
But, so it's concerning. It's concerning to hear my 15-year-old be so discouraged. And we're true conservatives, his father, mother, etc. So what do you think the problem is? It isn't just in the school.
It is a propaganda war is what we're up against. This is a propaganda war. By any measure of existence, this is a propaganda war. And sadly, the Democrat Party is better at it than we are. They are.
I agree. They go after the tender-minded and the feeble and the mentally ill.
Yeah. The message when Trump was running was,
I got that, what are retards for 1,000, Ben, the Democratic Party.
I
Anyway,
agree.
have a great day. Thank you, Ben.
God bless you. God bless you, Don. Thank you for the
God
call.
bless you.
And slap the shit out of your grandson if he's still that stupid. I'm going to play this clip, and I've got to, what do you call it? Refill my coffee. I got to refill my coffee here real quick. Let's go. Wait, where did I do with it? What did I do with it? Dad, burn it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let me go here. Let me remove that. Okay. I'm going to play this clip right here. This is powerful. Powerful clip.
I'm about to waterboard you with this. If you do not believe you're in the middle of a
Here we go. I think this is the clip that you all need to see and hear while I refill my drink. My cold drink. My drink. Here we go.
propaganda war. I love you, and you can be as mad at me as you want. You're wrong. Okay? So listen, I'm going to rapid fire these. Here we go. Right here. Number one, no, this is not a picture of an 8-year-old girl who died in ICE custody under the Trump administration's heartless dictatorship. It happened in 2023, as reported by the New York Times under the Biden administration. But now it's getting millions of views and being labeled as happening now. Number two, no, this is not a photo of a 5-year-old put in a cage because of the current administration calls people illegal. Nope. Snopes reports after millions of views, it was discovered that was a photo taken at a protest staged in front of Dallas City Hall. The parents brought the kid to the protest. He was in the cage for about 30 seconds, and he cried because he couldn't figure out how to get out. Number three, no, this is not a video of ICE agents, quote unquote, drive-by macing people for no reason. That went mega viral. I watched the entire video myself. They were throwing things at law enforcement vehicles, and the guy maced the guy that was throwing things at law enforcement vehicles. Number four, no, this is not a picture of a woman whose hand was shot off by ICE agents firing rounds at mourners, as was claimed, and it got millions of views. Nope, she was rioting and obstructing law enforcement, and as you can see right here, she picked up a flashbang before it detonated and injured her own hand, blew part of it off. Next one, no, this is not a picture of a 5-year-old boy arrested by ICE. As reported, the boy's father abandoned him while he was fleeing arrest. That is a picture of ICE agents following protocol and not leaving a 5-year-old alone in freezing weather out on the street.
Hold up. Sorry about that. I think I lost my clip. There we go. Anyway, I'm back. There we go. We're in a propaganda war. Would anybody disagree with that? Would anyone disagree with us being in a propaganda war? I won't disagree with it. You won't convince me of what we need to do. Oh, you want to see the shirt? You want to see the back of my shirt? I got my ICE shirt on. Here we go. Can you see it? I think you can. There we go. Picture of Trump dancing on the back of my ICE shirt. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that compliment. I appreciate the compliment. That should trigger all the trolls. The trolls are triggered. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Give me a call. Ben, I'm a young Christian patriot, and you guide me on starting a YouTube channel. Could you guide me on starting a YouTube channel? I guess. I don't know. Let's go here. Line 3. What do we got, line 3?
Hi, Ben. I was just thinking my grandson lived with me for 4 years, and whenever he had to go off campus, I had to sign a permission list, a form. So it doesn't sound like these parents are getting permission forms for their kids to go off campus to go out there and, throw signs and protest.
They would all sign it. They would all sign it.
Well, I saw this one father on TV who was upset that his son was taken out to do this, and I don't think he got a permission slip to sign.
I would say a vast majority would agree with it. I'm not saying all, but I would say a vast majority would do that. And you know what? These teachers don't care. It's just like if you put up a gun-free zone sign, they don't care. Criminals don't care, and these teachers are basically criminals. They are pimping your kid out.
School.
They're pimps. They're race pimps. They're ICE pimps. These teachers are pimps. They are pimping children out the same way that Jeffrey Epstein did. These people, these teachers are pieces of fecal matter on the asshole of the earth. They are pieces of fecal matter.
Well, I wonder if they can sue the school.
I'm going to tell you right now, I would sue the school because I want my tax money going to teaching kids, not treating them like they're pimping them out. They're pimping them out. It's garbage.
I know. I would be so damn mad if my grandson was out there without my permission.
But it's the trendy thing to do. It's trendy. That's what it is. That's why they're doing it. We're paying the teachers to do it, and sadly, we'll continue to pay them to do it. Thank you for calling. God bless you.
Okay. God bless. Bye.
Great call. Great call. Man, I'm fired up about this. School is responsible for their safety. They don't care. They don't care. They wouldn't put tampons in the boys' room if they cared. Line 3. What do you got, line 3?
Yes, Lori from Florida. Just calling about your agenda.
I can barely hear you.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
A little better. What would you like to say?
I would like to say that the propaganda that is out there, I have a niece, have a wonderful family, believed in Santa Claus, went to college, grew up, got married, and now they teach their children that Santa is imaginary. It starts with the family, starts with the parents. We need help in this country to raise children correctly with morals and values.
Well, I appreciate the phone call. God bless you. I can barely hear you. I always lean into the microphone like that's going to help me hear you better. I don't know why I do that. I don't know why I do that, but hey, that's just how dumb I am. That's just how dumb I am. I can't help how dumb I am. I'm not the smartest, but I learned from the smartest. I'm learning more and more.
Let me try it this way. For 25 years, I've been trying to explain liberalism to people. I've come up with as many different ways to explain it as I've engaged in. But let's put it this way. And by no means is this the best or the final. I'm going to be struggling with this for as long as I do this. What liberals want will never happen on its own. People will not live the way liberals want if left to their own devices, because people will not build walls to keep themselves in places that they don't want to be, such as the Soviet Union, such as China, such as Cuba. Those places are all run by liberals. You call them communists or socialists or whatever. Left to their own devices in a free country, people will not choose liberalism. They want to eat salt, they'll eat it. If they want to eat trans fats, they'll eat it. If they want to eat beef, they'll eat it. The only way liberals can get you to live the way they want you to is to deny you freedom to do what you want to do. And they're not happy with you living and thinking in ways other than the way they live and think. You must conform. If you dare speak outside the acceptable liberal norms, they're going to come after you. They're going to do their best to destroy whoever does that so that that person or group of people will not persuade others. Liberals cannot survive in an unrigged contest in the arena of ideas. They are not about ideas. Liberals are not about choice. They are about imposition. The way they live, the way they believe, must be imposed on people. Otherwise, they won't do it on their own. It's taken them 50, 60 years to get to this point of conditioning people, of taking hold of the education system, the university academia system, the media. It's taken a long time to condition people not to stand up for themselves, not to exercise freedom, not to speak outside the acceptable norms. After what is political correctness, but speech censorship is all it is. Folks, there's much more. Do not go away.
Do you think Rush was right here? I believe we have slowly and gradually been trained to play their game. We have been slowly and gradually trained to not push back. We have been slowly trained. Apparently we've got a troll. Ben, the Grifter Grinch. The Grifter Grinch. I love that title. I am the Grifter Grinch. I am. Then, yeah, man, I don't. Should we flush the Grifter Grinch? I think he wants to. I think he wants to get flushed. I don't know for a fact. I think Rush should have had the flush. If you got flushed by Rush, that would have been an absolute amazing experience. Okay. Of course you're going to flush me, he says. Of course you're going to flush me. Well, let's do it. This is the baptism in the septic tank that most Democrats need. Most Democrats need to be flushed into the septic tank of life. And let's go. Big turd double flush. Let's do the world's loudest toilet so we can break them up. There we go. Let's break them up first. And then there's probably a few little floaters remaining. There's probably little pieces of fecal matter remaining. And we want to make sure those are gone too. There we go. There we go. Now I feel better. The good old double flush. I just get tired of the trolls. I think it's so funny. That so many trolls come into my chat, your chat. They are all spineless pieces of shit. They will never pick up a phone call. They will never pick up the phone and call. They are spineless pieces of fecal matter. Tell Travis when you hit the tank. Apparently the Travis guy got banned on X. He got banned. Apparently he got banned. I think it's amazing that he got banned. You know what? The internet is such a good place. I love what's going on here. But apparently this Travis guy, this is where he lives. This is where Travis lives. I think him and Ed Gain live here together. This is where the Travis guy lives. Him and Ed Gain live here, probably making skin suits. Apparently, this is where the guy lives, right? Travis apparently is also Antifa. Travis is threatening to unalive an entire family. Got reported to the FBI. Somebody says, nice place. Guessing the number of mice and rats that live in that mess outnumber the actual tenants. Oh boy, I love it. The internet is so capable of trolling people. It's really good. I do love that. I love it. Oh boy, I love the internet. I love hearing from trolls that are so scared to call in. Lines are open. 615-475-7864. Feel free. Love to hear from you. Love to hear your opinion. Let's go line 4. What do you got, line 4? Lines are open.
Hi, good morning, Dan. Myself from Midvale, Utah.
Turn the audio
Trump
down in the
haters have been
background.
poking a stick at him
Turn
since
the
he came down the golden escalator. The word if or what could happen, all that crap does is fuel the worries and the fire. Don't fall for it. President Trump is the light. God is guiding him. We need to focus on what we want the outcome of America will be with President Trump and his cabinet knowledge, experience, and American citizens, and focus on that. My late husband, Dave, left me in 1980 something, Martin D18. He was the second owner, and that's pretty cool. And one more thing, a man is a man for what he does, not for what he avoids. God bless all of his creations. Thank you, Ben.
God bless you. Yes, ma'am. God bless you. Great call from I think she said Utah. I think we've got to play this. I try to always play this at least once a show. I try to play this once a show for all the liberals to be triggered. I always try. This has a way of triggering them.
Everybody's making immigration proposals these days. Let me add mine to the mix. Call it the Limbaugh laws. First, you immigrate to our country, you have to speak the native language. You have to be a professional or an investor. No unskilled workers allowed. Also, there'll be no special bilingual programs in the schools with the Limbaugh laws, no special ballots for elections, no government business will be conducted in your language. Foreigners will not have the right to vote or hold political office. If you're in our country, you cannot be a burden to taxpayers. You are not entitled to welfare or food stamps or other government goodies. You can come if you invest here, an amount equal to 40,000 times a daily minimum wage. If not, stay home. But if you want to buy land, it'll be restricted. No waterfront, for instance. And as a foreigner, you have to relinquish individual rights to the property. And another thing, you don't have the right to protest. You're allowed no demonstrations, no foreign flag waving, no political organizing, no bad-mouthing our president or his policies. You're a foreigner. Shut your mouth or get out. And if you come here illegally, you're going to jail. Now, you think the Limbaugh laws are harsh? Well, every one of the laws I just mentioned are actual laws of Mexico today. That's how the Mexican government handles immigrants to their country. Yet Mexicans come here illegally and protest in our streets. How do you say double standard in Spanish? How about no mas?
Let's just have the Rush Limbaugh laws for one day. For one day, let's get the Limbaugh laws. One day, Limbaugh laws. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Feel free to give me a call. Love to talk to you. Love to, if you want to trade some of your mama jokes, it's okay with me too. No problem. We can trade your mama jokes all day because I know they traded your mama all night. That's what I think. Let's go here. You know what? I've been sitting on this. I've been sitting on this one for a while. Been sitting on it for a while, and I believe it is time. I believe it is time to crack open this one. I believe it's one of those that needs to be shared. It needs to be recognized for exactly what it is. Because this is quite possibly the greatest clip that you will ever see on the internet. Single greatest commercial of all time. The single greatest television commercial of all time very well could have been filmed in Alabama.
Hi, I'm Robert Lee. I own Coleman Liquidation. I sell mobile homes. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to tell it just like it is. These are mobile homes, not mansions. They come in 2 pieces. If that's what you're looking for, that's what I got. They're used. Some of them have stains. We cover that up. She decorates them. She sells them. These guys help me move them. A bouncer in Birmingham hit me in the face with a crescent wrench 5 times. And my wife's boyfriend broke my jaw with a fence post. So if you don't buy a trailer from me, it ain't gonna hurt my feelings. So come on down to Coleman Liquidation and get yourself a home. Or don't. I don't care.
Area code 256 is Alabama, baby. Roll damn Tide. Roll Tide. Guys, this is the Ben Dykes Show. I will see y'all in the next one. Make sure you smash the like and subscribe button and join the channel as a member. Join the channel as a member. Let's grab a couple of more phone calls. I got to get a reaction to the greatest commercial ever. Greatest commercial ever. Thank you for all the trolls that came in. Really appreciate trolls. Really do. Lines are open 615-475-7864. Feel free. Get paid to protest. Yeah, drop your kids off at a protest. Drop them off. Throw those little shits out in the road and tell them to go protest. What's different than them making Nikes in China? Nikes in China or protesting? Nothing's different. Thank you to all. 256 is Decatur, Alabama. Grand Mac over on the Green Triangle. You're absolutely right. We got quite a few people watching over there on the Green Triangle. Thank you so much. Green Triangle. Join that Patriot Club. You'll get access to the Discord server. If you join the channel as a member, you get access to the Discord server, which is just nothing but Patriots. If you're a veteran, please post your branch of service there in the chat. Love to see what branch of service that you were in. If you are a veteran, that would be great. But yeah, there we go. Anyway, I got to go to the feed store. I think it's time to, why not? Let's show off. Right? I'm headed to the feed store. If you see me in this old pickup truck, give me the middle finger. Ford F-100. There you go. You know what? I think America changed when they got rid of bench seats. I think America took a wrong turn when we got rid of bench seats. Just my opinion. I don't know. You can agree with me or not. It's okay. With that being said, I'm out of here. Take care, guys.